Good morning. How are you today? This is Mary Bicknell. And I'm setting up here so that we can talk about, this is part 4 of our 4-part series on how to coach. Like, how do you coach people? How do you, excuse me, how do you help them have success? How do you, oh good, here I am. How do you make sure that you make that connection? How do you make sure that they, their expectations are clear and tight? How do you make sure how to coach? Hi, Jen. And this is setting up expectations in the coaching relationship. So I'm sharing this over to my Facebook group, just FYI, so that everyone can see it way over there. Okay, so you might be wondering where I am in the background. It's so cool, guys. So I'm gonna take you with me before we get started, because when I show you these things, my goal is to inspire you for what's possible. So I'm in this little town. Oh my God, is it the cutest thing ever? I have a million pictures, you gotta see them. Hi, Lori. Let me show you, let me turn this around. So down here is the spa. There's a river back in here. I've already had my morning walk. I've already had a divine breakfast. I'm going to have yoga later and a body scrub. Why am I sharing this with you? Look, here's the deal. Hi, yeah, and if you're here, do me a favor also. You know, today I'm going to be talking about coaching. Jen and Lori and whoever else is watching this, isn't it freaking gorgeous? And Lori, I know you love a good hike. Share this on your personal page, because today I'm going to be talking about really the mission of my business and coaching, and that is inspiring women to have more. You know, I come away and oh yeah, there's downstairs. There's the breakfast area. I was right there. Wait till you see the pictures of that. Here's the thing. When I'm away, it gives me an opportunity to sit in gratitude. I don't know about you, and whether you're watching this live or you're watching this as a replay or however you're watching it, let me know. But also, it's like, I recognize that sometimes I need time away to get reconnected to my goals, to my desires, to my how-tos. Like, what is my mission, right? What am I doing all of this for? And I think it's so important to remember that sometimes it's just, there's so much to do. Right? There's so much to do in our businesses. There feels like there is, you know, a million things going on. And I'm just like you, right? I'm just like you. I could be in a place where I think, oh my God, am I doing it right? Am I doing it enough? What's new? What can I help people with? Where's my business growing? How am I evolving? And it always looks very ugly. I'm going to tell you the truth. This growth, it's not pretty for me, right? Sometimes I'm just like, man, forget that, and I don't want to do that and that. And that's always a moment when I realize, oh my God, Mary, you need to go away. Like, you need to go away and get your thinking together, get your head on, and allow yourself to remove some distractions. So if you're watching this today, yes, we are going to be talking about how to coach. This is part 4 in the 4-part series on coaching, and today's topic is setting expectations in the coaching relationship. And this is something that I, as a business consultant to you all, is really making sure that I am on and I am aware of. And as I move forward doing life coaching and the regret-proof life and all the things, right? It's like I have to be in a place where my head is on straight. I have to be in truth about what distractions are happening in my life that are self-created, self-imposed. I have to be out of one of the blind spots I teach women about, which are 5. Let me just tell you what they are. Fear of judgment of other people, fear of judgment of self, delusional denial, like everything's fine. People seeking permission and fear of success and failure. That's really one. Anyhow, I get away because what I do sometimes in my life, and if you can relate to this, please comment. I'd love to see your comments. Have you ever been in a place where you realize you're distracting yourself, and the very act of the distraction is because you know something big is happening, something big is coming, something major is happening? And who here relates to that? Who here gives me a high five? Like, let's see, an emoji. I love you, Mary. Who here relates to that moment when you recognize that your distractions are really just your way of keeping yourself safe and out of, if you will, almost harm's way, right? Keeping you out of that place where you don't really have to do the real work. Thank you, Lori, right? Keeping you out of really doing the real work. And the real work is the thing that is the calling of your, hi Shay, thank you so much. The real work is, the callings of your heart. Hey, Kasia, the real work is the calling of your heart. The real work is the thing that you are called to do, right? So even though I have a second house, right, my river house, sometimes I like to get in the car and I like to take a drive. This is about 5 hours away from my home. And I listen to some podcasts, but this is also what I do. Hi, Liz. This is also what I do. I also listen to myself. I also stop the chatter. I'm one of these people, I can go 90 to nothing mile an hour. Y'all could tell I have a lot of energy. And so sometimes I need to just listen to myself. Hi. I need to just hear my real thoughts. I need to call myself out on my own mental BS. I'm going to tell you what I was doing last night in bed. It's really like my business is expanding, and of course I coach so many of you that are therapists who want to become coaches, and historically, yes, thank you. Be still and be bold. Oh, that's so good. Hashtag. Historically, before I coached therapists who want to be coaches, right? Or create an online company. I was a business strategist for other entrepreneurs and other business owners. And so I'm missing a little bit of that. So part of my business also is going to be expanding and not going back to that, but also allowing that space to come in while I'm still working with therapists and practitioners and clinicians who want to have an online coaching business. Because look, I get that. We have to overcome so much mental stuff. But the truth is all women have to come over mental stuff. And really the core of my entire company called See the Signs is there's so many signs that are in our way or that are showing us the way of how to have that bigger, better life, how to live a regret-proof life. Give me one example. Oh, thank you for the love. Give me one example. I'd love to see it in the comments below that you are consciously regret-proofing your life. How are you today choosing to think, what can I do to live my best life, the biggest, boldest life? And the action is that regret-proofing. The action is moving forward to regret-proof your life. So here it is for me. Okay, this is behind the scenes. The reality is, and this is for all of you who want to expand your business and want to up-level your life. You must, my friend, put down the distraction. Whatever the hell it is, you need to put it down. I have some questions. Would I be able to send you? Of course, please send me a private message. Thank you so much. Put the distractions down. Here are my distractions. I'm going to be 1,000% candid. And I don't even want to get choked up. When I think about and I journal on what am I grateful for? See, you can't be grateful. You can't receive more good if you're not grateful for what you have. And it's not like I'm not grateful. This almost is starting to sound like a journal, video. I swear it's not. I'm getting to the coaching expectations because let me give you a preview. The coaching expectations that you share with your client is what you better be doing with yourself. So when I'm looking at how can I be more masterful with my clients, how can I help them have better results, better, outcomes? How can I lift them up? How can I show them the way? How can I be the leader? How can I be the light? That's the mission of my life's work, right? That's the calling of my soul and my heart and my spirit. It's like, every time I evolve, I have to recalibrate it. I have to get into this next level of vibration. So how do I help my clients do that? Well, I got to do it first. And so some of this stuff, like, this is the truth, you guys. If you are not like on your game, mind, body, spirit, if you have all this clutter and bullshit and like mental weight, physical weight, what's your car look like? What's your purse look like? What's your wallet look like? What's your body look like? How's your sleep? How's your food? Like, look, you can't go next level. You can't go next level if you're junking yourself up. And all that junkiness, right, is all the distractions. I'm too busy. I said yes when I should have said no. All the things, right? All the things. So that's what I'm doing over here in my private life while I'm away at this resort in this spa, is I'm in a place of what am I distracted by? Thank you, Lori. What am I distracted by? And what do I need to do to get rid of that? Well, here's my truth. I'm distracted by this extra 20 pounds I'm carrying around. Now, look, my husband, this has been my excuse. Ready? My husband still thinks I'm sexy and beautiful. I have held on to that fucking excuse for so long. And the reality is that's great. But it's me. What am I know? And I'm curious if I'm just a normal woman like you. I know when I'm not feeling 100%, I hide. I'm a hider. Hi, I'm Mary Bicknell. I'm a hider. And part of creating a regret-proof life and being bold is stop hiding. Own my worthiness. As you up level, it is another examination of your worthiness. Of course I feel worthy, but it's funny how every time you evolve, then the next level comes up. So last night I was lying in bed and I was doing this one exercise that I love to do with clients. And, for you therapist people out there, it's like family systems integration, those NLP of you people, right? Where it's talking about parts integration. And I'm going to be doing so much more about just coaching in general, not just the business strategy. Of course, we can do the business strategy. And I have a program I'm retooling, actually. Some of you are in the Big Bold Life and Biz 2.0. I'm retooling that. I'm just offering that in the future as a 6-month program. So get ready. I'm going to be sharing that with you because I want the journey. I want to do the journey with you. And then on the side, I will be also, not on the side, as part of my business, it's really getting back to the deep dive mindset, the deep dive coaching, the deep inner deep work, which I feel gratitude for that I'm even able to do that. And I love the business strategy, but there's more, it's the soul work. It's it's the other work that I just want to be surrounded in and see. It's not just a Facebook ad. It's not just get yourself a Facebook group. There's so much more that I want to do with you. I have to do it more with myself first, right? I can be in that machine mode creating and systems and tech and Facebook and all that. And then I come here like this and I'm in luxuriating and divine. Like, look, they've got 2 cold dunk pools. They have you have to look it up. Post Hotel Leavenworth. Oh my God. They've got inside, outside pools. It's not just like they have 3 different steam rooms, 3 different saunas. Okay, anyhow, my point is you've got to get rid of the distraction. So one of my things is, how am I distracting myself? Being busy. Thank you, Terry. Being busy, having this extra weight. When I have extra weight, guess what I'm not thinking about? I'm not thinking about my true work. I'm hiding. When I don't do this anymore, but when I used to, and I bet you can relate, when I used to say yes, and I would do everything. I was like the homeroom mother. I was the Girl Scout mother. I ran my business. I was like a Riverhead. I don't know how many parties, at least 3 major parties a year. All the kids would come over, like all the things. I would walk her to school, which of course I'm not complaining. I'm just saying these were I was full. I was full. How can you eliminate the things in your space in life. Now let's get back to today, part 4. How to set up coaching expectations with your clients. Again, you must be your own best client. You must live the expectations that you want for your own client. You can't lead a client. You can't coach her in a place that you've not been coached yourself. You yourself coaching yourself, had somebody like me coach you. Like you can't do that work, my friends. It's a lie. By the way, if you are anybody out there trying to sell something that you've not invested in on a big level yourself, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. If you haven't invested heavily in coaching or whatever the thing is you sell, if you sell yoga and you don't take yoga classes, right? If you're not living the thing, then it's never going to work. I'm just telling you that right now. Some people are like, well, I don't really know. I haven't done that. Like, it's never going to work. You've got to be truthful. So here it is, how to set up expectations. Here's the logistical, the logical, the systematized. So first of all, you need to make sure that you're crystal clear on your program or product. I use program, product, system interchangeably because it's really the work. We could just call it the work. But what is your signature system? Do you have one? Do you know it? Do you do it? And what's your process there? Okay. And it's really about understanding that what you're selling someone is an outcome, as a result, is a promise. Okay, so that's one piece of the puzzle. What is the promise that you said to her? What's the promise that you made to her? Okay, that's number one. That's setting up an expectation. And it doesn't look like you're just going to feel better about yourself, Sally Jane. It's like for example, when I do life coaching or I do leadership coaching, the goal is that the expectation is, number one, as at the end of our relationship together, our time together, our agreement, our coaching contract, what she's going to be able to have the tools to continue to step into her power. She's going to have the know-how to allow herself to evolve. She's going to have the tools and the know-how to engage and interact with other people. She's going to eliminate poor boundaries. She's going to have more confidence. She's going to give to herself the emotional freedom, and she's going to release the shackles of the struggle. And she's going to do that by implementing our curriculum, my life coaching, how to, the regret-proof life. She's going to implement that, and that's going to create habit change. That's going to create mindset change. That's going to create all the things. I'm looking at the clock here because I've got yoga. So that's the very first thing. The other expectation to set up is that she needs to get that you can only help her to the point that she's helping herself. So one of the things that you need to ask your clients is, how will I know that you're overwhelmed? How will I know that you're stuck? How will I know that you're really not doing it? Well, first of all, I believe strongly that your client needs to be responsible for herself and her own documentation of follow through. So what I teach my clients is I give them a client tracker so that you use that. So it says pre-call, like it has like, what are your goals? And it's on a Google sheet so that it's like you can see the growth. Okay. The side note, this is really important because the goal here is that your client has transformed so much that in reality, she doesn't even realize what she was like before. Make sense? That's the goal here. So you have an expectation that that's going to be filled out prior to your call so that everybody's in line. So we're not like, we are in business. You need to set up an expectation that we are in business. We're doing this thing. We're moving forward. Okay. The other expectation is that whatever the outcome is, there are tangible and intangible results of the coaching. And this is one of the things that you need to make sure that you're clear with her on, is that how you do one thing is how you do all things. So if somebody comes to you, for example, with me, when I have, for example, one of my clients, I work with her and her business partner and leadership development, some systems, like all of these things. And wow, what a difference in other areas of her life. Yes, Terry, you definitely get that tracker. Other areas of her life. Okay. And Terry, actually that tracker, it is in the big client breakthrough that you all just had. Hi, Melissa. So those are some of the key things. This is the thing that you have to have as an expectation for yourself and for her, is that you can only do as much as she is willing to do. Your job is to have tight boundaries. Your job is to be an example. Your job is to say, ask her what her, expectation of herself is. Because she's going to tell you, she's going to say something like, well, sometimes I don't follow through, or sometimes I get overwhelmed. Well, tell me a little bit about what you do when you get overwhelmed. What do you do when you don't follow through? What is it that would be supportive to you? Because one of the things as a coach, you need to know, so what are some of the tools that you have? So one of the tools that I give to clients is the results formula, which is one of the things that I want them to do every single morning, which is really about a lot about a cognitive behavioral work, a lot of thought work, so they can set the tone for the day. So what is the expectation that you want for your own client? Well, of course, you need to look at yourself too, right? Because this is why you need to be doing your own work. When your clients ask you, Mary, what do you do in the morning for your morning rituals? I bet if I'm just lying about it, if I'm bullshitting, if I don't really have a ritual, how can I have an expectation that my client is going to? So I want you to go back and I want you to think about what it is, the before and after transformation that you want with the client. I want you to go back and I want you to think about what are your steps. And if you don't know, I can help you. Make sure that you reach out to me, marybicknell.com/call with Mary, or go ahead and private message me, or wherever you're watching this, go ahead and private message me or make a comment below. I'll look at those later today. The reality is that you have to understand that you have to have expectations for your client and yet not be attached to those things. So you're setting up expectations for the relationship. And this should look like, I will be punctual. You will do your homework. You will fill out your tracker before you show up for your call. This is about having an expectation is that she is going to hold herself 100% responsible, and you're not. Your job is not holding her 100% responsible for her own life. Now, you, my friend, your expectation that she gets to have from you is that you have a process. You're not winging it. Yes, you can have some flexibility because life happens, and the very next step, we're supposed to do step number 2A, might not happen because her dog just got ran over. So you have to be skilled enough to be able to have some flexibility to walk her through. And that is her expectation of you. Okay, love to hear what else you have to say about this. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'm getting ready to go down to yoga. Then I'm going hiking in these beautiful mountains behind me. For those of you who just joined, I'm away, and I go away every quarter. Even though I have another house, I like to go away every quarter or so, or whenever I'm feeling like, and that to me means I'm in a big growth phase, right? And I need to get away and clear my head, eliminate some of these distractions of my life. I'll be down there in that outside pool later today after I get my body scrub. The bottom line is this. You can't really screw anybody up, guys. If you're coaching, you asking them to be responsible for themselves. Of course, this is coaching clients. This is not therapy clients. This is not, right? This is about you having a methodology that you stand by, just like I do. I have the Big Bold Life and Biz plan, which is a business. And, I have my mastermind that I work with the next level. I have the Regret Proof Life that I work with people. So I'm looking forward to helping all of you in creating every single thing, everything amazing that you want out of your life. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.